The Beggar's Golden Heart. In an old Indian city where market stalls overflowed with fresh spices, ripe fruits, and colorful fabrics, lived a beggar named Anand. Anand owned nothing but a tattered blanket and a small wooden bowl. Every day, he sat on the same street, quietly asking for money to buy food. His life was harsh. Hunger gnawed at him most days, and the cold nights left his body aching. But despite his struggles, Anand was known for his gentle smile and kind heart. Whenever fortune favored him with more than he needed, he shared his food with stray dogs or other beggars who were worse off than him. On the same street, in a house dripping with wealth, lived a merchant named Pratap. Rich beyond imagination, Pratap had everything money could buy: silk clothes, jewels, servants. Yet his heart was as cold as the marble floors of his mansion. He was arrogant, selfish, and believed the poor deserved their fate. Every time he passed Anand, he would sneer, "Why should I help someone who chooses to beg instead of work?" His voice dripped with scorn as his golden rings glinted in the sunlight. And yet, each time Pratap mocked him, Anand would smile and softly bless him. "May your wealth bring you peace," he would say, even as his stomach growled with hunger. One bitter winter night, a fierce storm swept through the city, causing chaos. The strong winds and heavy rain flooded the streets and knocked down market stalls. People scrambled for shelter, holding tightly to their belongings. Shoppers worked together, trying to save their handmade crafts and textiles from the water. Anand found a small shelter beneath a shop awning. Wrapped in his thin, worn blanket, he huddled close to the cold, wet ground. The wind lashed at his skin, but Anand, shivering violently, was used to the cold. It was an old enemy he had learned to endure. As he sat there, his tired eyes caught sight of someone stumbling through the rain. It was Pratap. His grand carriage was stuck deep in the mud. The horses panicked and useless. Pratap himself was soaked to the bone, his expensive silk robes plastered to his body, his fine shoes ruined. The rain showed no mercy to rich or poor. Anand's heart ached, not with pity, but with understanding. This cold, this helplessness, this is my everyday life. For Pratap, it was a shock, a taste of vulnerability he had never known. To Anand, one more night of suffering was nothing new, but for Pratap, it was the first crack in his perfect world. Without hesitation, Anand stood up, though every bone in his body begged him not to. His bare feet splashed through freezing puddles as he approached the shivering merchant. With trembling hands, he held out his only possession, his tattered blanket. "Take this," he said softly, gently draping it over Pratap's shoulders. The storm was relentless, and the cold clawed at Pratap's very bones. Ego could not shield him from the icy wind. Swallowing his pride, he clutched the blanket closer. "Why would you do this?" he asked, his voice a mix of anger and disbelief. "You have nothing." Anand's smile was faint, but warm. "Because I know this cold better than you ever will," he said. "And because kindness is the only wealth I have to give." Pratap was left speechless. By morning, the storm had passed, but so had Pratap's health. The merchant fell gravely ill from the cold, confined to his enormous bed in his mansion. His doctors came and went, prescribing medicines that brought little comfort. His wealth, stacked high in every room, could not ease his suffering. Surrounded by gold, he had never felt so empty. Meanwhile, Anand returned to his usual corner, his body more bruised by the night's cold than ever before. Yet still he smiled at everyone who passed him by, and still he gave whatever little he could to those who had even less. As Pratap lay awake at night, staring at his ceiling, the image of Anand's smile haunted him. The beggar had nothing, yet gave so freely. And here he was, a man who had everything, yet could not find an ounce of warmth in his riches. That realization burned brighter than any favor. Once Pratap's health returned, he walked back to the street corner where Anand always sat. This time, there was no sneer. Instead, he knelt before the beggar, offering him food, water, a warm coat, and a pouch filled with gold coins. "You showed me what true wealth is," he said softly. "I want to live with a heart like yours." Anand smiled gently and accepted the gifts. Then, without hesitation, he handed half the coins to the nearby beggars. "Wealth is only meaningful when it's shared," he said. "But what you found now, that's real treasure." Pratap looked at him confused. "What do you mean?" You know, Pratap, in the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna told Arjuna that true peace comes when we act with love, not for a reward. We give because it's right, not because we expect something back. That's what I did, Pratap. Not because I wanted anything, but because kindness is the only wealth I've ever known. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, verse 47. तुम्हें सिर्फ अपना कर्म करने का अधिकार है, फल क्या मिलेगा इसका नहीं। कर्म के फल के लिए काम मत करो और कर्म न करने में भी लगाव मत रखो। You have the right to do your duty, but not to the fruits of your actions. Never work only for the outcome, and never avoid your duty. Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, verse 47. Pratap didn't speak. He simply nodded, eyes filled with understanding, and bowed, not just to Anand, but to the lesson. Thank you for watching. If our story touched your heart or made you think a little deeper, please like, share, and subscribe to Asa Hindu Wisdom.